reading
Well, here's
loud
the
enough.
thing. Okay.
That's me.
Well, here's the thing.
That's Nick.
Okay.
Where's Alex?
Well, here's the thing.
Right
That's
here.
Nick.
Okay.
That's me.
Well, here's the
I feel bad. We didn't put
My
Alex in the
husband.
song. Oh, I'm kidding.
We out here MMA, not podcast, but show. Yeah, we talking things that you probably didn't know when we
Didn't know. Ooh, what's up, chicken wing linglingers? Welcome to the We Out Here MMA podcast. Haha, show, but not podcast, but now show, but not podcast, but now show.
I like the haha.
Because I was laughing that I screwed up the intro, but it doesn't matter because the chicken wing linglings. No, there's my husbands right there. One's grabbing his titty because they're big, juicy, and muscular. He be bench pressing a lot. That is Alec Acosta. Down below, is that the Bless Max? Is that the Max Holloway
baby.
Bless?
Let's
The-
go.
Dude got that for me, yo. My wife got
Dude.
this for me, bro.
For
Dude,
Christmas.
that's a good gift. Is there anything on the
Kinda.
back?
Nah. It has this stuff. Look.
What, his
logo
gamer
right.
tag?
That's
I don't know what
him
this is.
pointing down.
Oh,
that's what that is. That's sick.
I like
That's
that.
even cooler.
Rocking the Blush hoodie is Nick the
The
Ear, one of the favorite
Blush.
husbands of the husband company.
One of the favorite.
One of the favorites of the husbands, guys. Before we get into something we all want to talk about, which is the Tyron Woodley fight and Jake Paul.
We got a lot
Alex,
to talk about.
how was your week, Alex? Was there
Dude,
anything eventful
oh.
that happened? Exactly.
Not really, but something crazy happened today. I don't know why that wasn't my first thought to tell you guys, but I was like, I'm gonna say it on the podcast, right? So I went to drop off Nick the cam link. That's why our cameras look so amazing right now, because we're using high end cameras. So on the way back, I stopped at Vaughn's, and I was coming back, and right on fucking Sierra Madre Boulevard in Huntington, right there's like all those trees and the roads windy like that. So I was coming up to the light, and I just seen kind of like a little bit of like white mist coming from a tree. I was
Okay.
like, what the fuck is that? So I get closer, and it was like a Mercedes Benz, and the whole front was just smashed on the tree, right? So I start slowing down,
God.
and the light on inside is on, and there's just someone laying on the airbag like this.
Oh, this was fresh.
Like this, I was like, oh shit. And like there was no
You're first
car,
on the
so I-
scene.
Yeah, so I did a U-turn, and I got out, and there was cars going, so I had to like wait. And then I ran over there, and as I got there, it was an older lady, and she was doing this. So like I thought she was like, you know, like discombobulated or whatever, and I was like,
Yeah.
hey, excuse me, are you okay? And she was like, yeah, I'm just trying to find my phone. I'm trying to find my phone. And I was like, do you need help? Like, are you okay? She's like, yeah, I'm okay. I was like, do you care if I open your door or not? She's like, no. So I opened it, and it was like a 2-seater, and I was like, we should probably get out of the car. And then she was like, oh, but I can't find my phone. So like I just looked real quick on that side, and I was like, your phone's not over here. I was like, man, we should probably get out of your car though, because it's smoking in the front, and I don't know if it's gonna like, you know, you don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, you're probably right. And I was like, are you okay though? Can you move, or do you need me to help you like get out of the car? She's like, I think I'm okay. So like I went around to the other side, we opened the door, and then I guess some people that saw it pulled up. These two girls pulled up, and like they got there, and she got out, and she was like really shaky and like limping. I'm like, are you sure you're okay? She's
How
like,
old
yeah,
was
I'm
she?
okay.
Like 50s
Dude,
or like?
no, like 75 plus.
Oh, no.
exaggeration.
Like almost irresponsible for her to be driving.
Yeah, and then so I was like, here, just
Damn.
use my phone. Don't worry about your phone. Like just use my phone if you need to call somebody. So she called her. We got her across the street. But supposedly what she thought was like, I guess she said it was dark, and she said that when she was going, because that road kind of curves, it starts curving, she thought it was still straight. And when she was going straight, she went over the curve and like landed and drove straight and smashed right into the tree. But when I first saw it, I was like, holy fuck. Yeah, I was like, oh, this is fresh. That's why I turned around, like, because she's like laying on the fucking airbag, like passed out. But that shit happened to me. And
Bro,
then,
and she survived, and she's that old?
yeah, bro, she
Holy
said she was
shit.
perfectly fine. I'm like, bro, tomorrow you're going to be hurting. Like, there's no way, bro.
You called? She had already called the authorities or like the police?
No, someone must have, because, you know, right on that street, like right on Sierra Madre in Huntington, there's the police station and the fire department. So like they got there in literally 5 seconds, because they just came out and went straight to us. But yeah, so like we walked across the street, and then they were asking her, and then the first thing that the lady said, she's like, I promise I'm not drinking. I haven't drank anything. And then the cop's like, oh yeah, don't worry about it. And then the cop, well, because we were in the middle of the intersection, the cop made a joke. I don't know if she was saying it like to make a joke or not, but she goes, all right, guys, let's get out of the middle of the street. Let's walk to the sidewalk because it's dangerous right here, and people at night drive really crazy. And I was kind of just like, I was like, girl, are you trying to make a joke right now? Because like she just crashed and it's late at night or something or what? So we walked across, and then afterwards she was like, oh, did you see the accident? And I was like, no, I was driving up, and I guess like I got here like right after. She was like passed out on the airbag, so I like went out to help her.
Dude.
And she's like, all right, well then we don't really need a like a statement for you if you didn't see what happened. I was like, all right. But like we were all the way on the other side of the street, and like there was like fucking 12 cops there, and I went to go step out, and I was like, probably shouldn't jaywalk in front of all these goddamn cops. So then it took me like fucking 8 minutes because I had to walk all the way to the street. Like,
Man, you should have
You
jaywalked.
shoulda
You saved the
jaywalked,
woman's
bro.
life. You got to.
Yeah, you got a free pass. You know, I got a jaywalking ticket one time.
Dude.
I was in a coffee shop and they came in. It was at 7 a.m. on a Tuesday. I was crossing the street, no cars. And this day I never jaywalked. I happened to jaywalk. I walk in, I'm ordering coffee. This guy taps me on the shoulder. There's a police officer, an Asian dude, a brother, didn't give me no pass.
Was it the Asian
was
guy
like-
from the George Floyd thing?
It might be. It kind of looked
The
like
little
him,
guy that was
low-key. The one that didn't do shit. Yeah. It kind of did look like him. He pulled me out of the coffee shop and goes, "You know why I'm talking to you?" And I'm like, "No." And he goes, "I'm giving you a jaywalking ticket."
wow.
Yeah.
God, that's
What a
what was going to happen.
cocksucker.
Like, and then I
No,
sucked
what a
him off.
cocksucker.
I sucked him off, and
He's
he
like,
was
you know what?
fine.
And then I took that ticket and I paid it.
And I,
Yeah,
I
I paid the
it.
shit out of that ticket. Bullshit.
But
I
yeah,
should have
that happened. That happened to me.
That's
but
crazy
just-
that someone he followed you all the way into the coffee shop.
That's what I'm saying. Like once I make it into the coffee shop, I'm good. I'm safe.
But with
But-
that, just saying, like, real quick, Nick, because you're going to be proud. With that whole trip, I came home and I made myself some pork chops, some small ones,
shit.
some white rice, and some broccoli
Wow.
for dinner.
Dude, if it
You're a
ain't on the
true-ass bitch.
if
This
it
is
ain't on the
my dinner.
yakitori, if it's not on yakitori, Nick don't care.
This was all made on a yakitori, bro.
Dude, even the asparagus?
Yeah.
Shit. Guys,
Flash fry, baby. Flash fry.
speaking of Alex saving a woman basically, John Jones does the opposite of that. So I just want to point that out.
Chael Sonnen does the opposite
Hey,
of
but-
that
No,
as
he
well.
doesn't. Chelsea's a
So
good guy.
can we
Chelsea's-
just give a round of applause for Alex and his
Yeah,
heroics?
hit that button. Hit the own sound effects button. Hit your own sound effects button.
He's gonna miss it. It's gonna be. Yeah.
Let's just get into this weekend's fight. We got a fight recap, no cap. We had the main event, Derrick Lewis versus a cop in the final. What's his
Narc.
name? Officer
Dawkins.
Chris
Dawkins.
Dawkins. Derrick Lewis won in the first round. KO has the record for the most KOs. Is it first round KOs or just KOs in general?
KOs.
All KOs.
All KOs. There you guys have it. I called it. Derrick Lewis back.
You
It doesn't
did.
matter how
You did.
technical the other guy is. If he can just throw those bombs, you engage, you done. Alex, you have the same power as Derrick Lewis when people are holding pads and you hurt their wrist. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I just like if Derrick Lewis is gonna win, that's the way he's gonna win. And the whole thing is like he always, no matter what, has that chance. So
Yeah.
you know, if you go by skill wise, I think Chris Dawkins is better. Just that power is something else. And then you know he was like 30 pounds heavier than him, and yeah, that was it. I thought Chris Dawkins looked good. He was doing really good with the low kicks. You know, he's doing good movement. It's just if you get touched by Derrick Lewis, bro, you can't really get touched by him. You have to really avoid it at all costs as much as you can. But he did take, I feel like he took a lot of shots from Derrick Lewis, and he
Yeah.
lasted a lot longer than a lot of these other guys did. But just over time, you can't keep taking that shit.
Hey, over time, you can't keep taking that shit.
You can't.
Nick, did you see anything different from Derrick Lewis, or is it that kind of it? It's just like he either does or he doesn't do it.
I think he's getting better with it. You know what I mean? Like I
What
think
is-
he's
what is
getting
better
I think
with
he's
it?
still. I think he's still evolving his game. Like because when he, especially in heavyweight, right? Like Tai Tuivasa is another good example.
Mm-hmm.
They've been fighting in the UFC for a while, but with heavyweights, for whatever reason, they're like learning on the job. They're like Jake Paul in it, you know, like they're figuring it out as they go, and they're knocking people out. as they learn how to fight. And Derrick Lewis probably is the best example of that. Like, remember there was a point in time where when Derrick Lewis fought for the title against DC or whatever,
Yeah.
he was only training like 30 minutes a day.
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy. But that's just the nature of heavyweight, right? Like, and a guy like Derrick Lewis, I feel his power is such an equalizer, and he's getting better at knowing when to use it and when to throw it. Like, because now we're seeing more tools out of Derrick Lewis. We're seeing a little bit more tricks. We're seeing a lot more, I don't want to say substance, but it's not just close your eyes and throw a right hook down the pipe. It's he's finding ways to end the fight faster. So, yeah, I think if it was just power, then you wouldn't see him do this well. But he's figuring out as he goes. Like, he's learning how to fight for Derrick Lewis, you know? So he's only getting better.
Well, on that, who do you think Derrick Lewis fights next? We obviously have Cyril versus Francis, then Stipe. I don't know what his deal is.
He should fight Stipe.
Have they fought before?
No.
Ooh.
They've avoided each other a while.
Ooh, let's do that.
That's a fun fight.
Do that. But here's the thing: Derrick does not want to do a 5-round fight ever. I think he said in a I don't know what interview, someone brought up like, oh,
it was right after.
Yeah, right after. Dana might have you in the, be backup for the heavyweight fight. He's like, well, as long as it's not 5 rounds. So I don't know what Derrick wants to do, because if he's fighting Stipe, it's probably wouldn't be 5 rounds.
I think he's mostly joking, but probably not at the same time.
Yeah.
You know who they could do?
What?
Is him and Rosenstruck.
Rosenstruck? Who did he's coming off a loss, right?
Yeah, he lost to Curtis Blades.
Oh, Curtis these Blades.
Curtis these Blades.
Baby. Let's go. Best name
Curtis
in the game.
these Blades.
He already beat Curtis, right? And he beat Olenek. Okay, he beat
Yeah.
a lot of people, so he hasn't fought. Yeah, I guess you give him Rosenstruck. That's a striking match. That's fun.
The 3-rounder too. They won't make that a main event. They can put that on But did you hear what Dana White was saying about Cyril Gane, right?
COVID, right?
Supposedly there's it looks like there might be issues getting Cyril Gane to the United States for the fight.
Another shutdown.
He said Derrick Lewis to have his phone on standby. And Derrick Lewis is like, man, he's like, I just told y'all I didn't want no 5-round fight.
Dude, what if he beats Francis and fucking gets the title? That's
Bro, he beat
amazing.
Francis already, remember?
That's what I'm saying. He could beat him again. I feel like if there's I think Cyril and Derrick Lewis match up the best with Derrick Lewis match up the best against Francis Ngannou.
Yeah,
I think they match up the best.
We're going to actually skip this as a morning news story, but we'll just talk about it now. Derrick Lewis basically called Francis a dickhead. He was saying, like, Cyril Gane is like, oh, that guy cool. Like, he's likable. You can't say anything bad about him. He's chill. But, man, Francis, he seemed like a dickhead. Like, is that
So
Derrick?
fuck him.
Do you think Derrick, does he mean that? Or do you think he's actually, like, trying to set up a cut to fight him? I don't even know. It's just...
No, I think that's real. I think a lot of people feel that way. I feel
don't
like
like
Dana
Francis.
doesn't really like Francis
I
either.
thought Francis was likable.
No,
So
remember they had the issue the first time around.
But that was
About getting paid?
It was a
No,
paid thing, though, right?
Dana White said that Francis Ngannou, when he rose up to the title, he had a really bad ego, and he was saying like someone needs to kind of remind him who he is and what place he's in right now, because I guess from what I remember was going on, he was kind of acting like he was running the fucking show, and he was like he was treating Dana White that way. So Dana White was kind of like, because remember when he was coming up to how much they were promoting him. Like, remember when he fought Stipe the first time, you thought that Stipe was trying to fight for the title. Like, it looked like fucking Francis was the fucking champion. So,
Yeah.
I guess he had a little bit of ego on him, and Dana White even said it, that he needed to check himself. And then he lost, and then he was like, well, he has a lot of stuff he needs to work on. Anyways, but
But it also falls in line with what other people are saying about him. You know,
Like who? Like Michelle Beadle? What
coach?
did she say?
Michelle Beadle was like, dude, we got to bring back Sports Nation. And Francis Ngannou was like, no fucking way.
Fuck you, lady.
And they beefed. No, but like Francis Ngannou's coach was saying that. So, my whole moral in life is once more than one person says it, it's true. 100%. 100%. No
What's
ands,
more
ifs,
than,
or
like-
buts.
Like 3? More than 3
Two.
people?
No, two.
Oh, 2.
That's it.
That's
Just
I
pretty
don't do
good.
and ifs or muts or maybes. Is that what they said? I don't do.
That's exactly what they say. And that's how I feel too about it.
Or you give him Justin Taffa.
Bro, how you miss weight?
Exactly.
How you miss weight as a heavy?
How about they both are the first two guys to do super heavyweight or whatever the freaking thing is, where you can just be anything like 800 pounds.
Yeah, they should do that. But also for Tafa, it's like that's the one fight he wins too, which kind of sucks. Like, because he's been on a losing streak. He misses weight by 7 pounds.
But did he end up cutting?
He
it
missed
or
weight
no?
by 1 pound. 1 pound.
1 pound? Oh, so he cut back
was-
down again.
He was 260. Yeah. He was 267. His official weigh in.
But
Bro.
just don't weigh in at 267. You know?
I
Just
know,
don't
how
do
you
that.
miss weight?
You know,
Did you
just
see
don't
Mark
be that
Hunt?
fat?
You saw Mark Hunt go off. He was like, Justin Tafa isn't the first heavyweight to miss weight. Brock Lesnar's the first heavyweight to miss weight.
Oh,
Dana
was
White
he?
knows this.
That's true.
He's like,
I
Dana
remember
White
that.
knows he was, but because they were playing so much favoritism, they never said anything and la la.
Oh, was that when he fought Mark Hunt?
Yeah.
When Brock Lesnar? Oh, wow.
Man,
That's
Mark-
whack, dude.
I love Mark, but he'd be all like conspiracy theorist too now because he's so angry at UFC.
I get it, though. I fuck with him. I fuck with him.
I'll
But
fuck
would
with
you?
you.
Would you let him fuck you? That's the real question.
I don't think I got a choice.
And that's the moral of the story, guys. Mark Hunt points to the dick like this.
And I'm
And
like,
then Nick-
fuck.
And
Boys
then
on
he's
his
like, all right,
knees.
I'm gonna fuck with you.
Hey, fellas, this episode of We Out Here MMA is brought to you by our favorite producers of ball trimmers, Manscaped.
Manscaped.
The global leaders in below the waist grooming are leaving 2021 with the new product. Clean yourself into the new year with their ultra premium body wash, baby. It smells good and I love it. Also, new special offer alert. Use the promo code We Out Here for 20% off. Plus free shipping at manscaped.com. 4 million men already trust Manscaped. Time to join them.
Alex, what was the highlight of your 2021? And also, what are you looking forward to in 2022?
I
Make
think
it
the
good.
highlight of my 2021 was partnering up with the best ball
Low-key.
brand in the business game.
Low
So
key.
making sure my balls have been super just silky and soft and smelling good with their cologne infused lotion or body wash and stuff. I think that was the best part. And then just being able to share it with our fans. And then what I'm looking forward to is just the show growing and us doing more stuff with Manscaped and doing more giveaways like we're doing this week.
That's true. Guys, 2022 is on its way, and the last thing you want is to be the guy with pubes getting in your way of making this year your best year yet. Don't be like Nick 6 months ago. 2021 sucked, and that's why Manscaped is making a splash and upping your grooming game. Their signature Lawnmower 4.0 is here to take down every pube in its path. Use the code We Out Here for 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. Alice, close it out.
Get 20% off and free shipping with the code We Out Here at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping, at manscaped.com and use the code We Out Here. Happy New Year's to your goddamn balls. Woo! Make sure you comment for the goddamn giveaway.
Let's go.
And I go like this. I show this and I go.
You show. He's like, take your hoodie off. I can't. My wife gave this to me. All right, guys. This was I guess not a surprising loss, but also still a surprise. Belil. I guess we have to remember his name, Muhammad now. Gets a dominating win over Steven Wonderboy Thompson.
Alex's face when he said it, he's like looking off and he's like,
I mean,
he's very unhappy with
I
this
was with
win.
Alex on this one. I think Nick, you said Belil, right? You had Belil.
probably as a joke, but I think not as a joke, but
No,
like,
he
as
had Wonder Boy, I think.
I had Wonder Boy. I
Oh,
think
you
I had-
did.
Yeah,
Oh
'cause
man,
he
you made a
agreed with
good
me 'cause
case
I
for
was like-
Belil. I think.
I was saying like, oh, we're gonna remember why Wonder Boy's where he's at, and yeah.
And I remember, and then we did remember that. Oh yeah, he just can't defend takedowns. That's
So,
what we
but
remember.
here's the question, right? For a while, Steven Wonderboy Thompson was known for his really good takedown defense.
He was also
but-
4 years younger.
Exactly. So, is it a matter of him just Belil being that good of a wrestler, or is it Wonder Boy just kind of falling off a little bit?
I would say Wonder Boy being,
Or is Wonder Boy even training wrestling?
or is Wonder Boy not even a Wonder Boy? He's just a boy.
But if you're fighting,
he's
fighting
Wonder
Belil
Man
Muhammad,
now.
he won. Yeah, he won.
He Wonder Man. He Wonder Man.
Yeah, Wonder Man. But if you're fighting a guy like Belil Muhammad in your fight camp, you should have some wrestling
Yeah.
like prep, right? Like because you know that's what Belil's gonna do. That's his bread and butter. And he
I
made that
love
fight
Bread and butter too.
very like. What did you guys think of the fight?
It was boring, but it was.
It
a
started
good
off
performance.
great. You're kind of like,
Yeah.
oh, Wonder Boy's got this. He's training again, wrestling, and then like halfway through the first round, you're like, oh shit, he can't.
I think it's the pace, dude. I think it's just too long. It just the
Was there-
sustained wrestling effort is just really hard, man.
But was there ever really a wrestler that he, like, when was the last actual true wrestler in a game plan that he fought? Because like Tyron Woodley didn't really take him down, did he?
Only
Yeah,
when
but
he
Ty-
needed to. You know?
And as we can see, Tyron is never really someone that's gonna be an aggressive. So he was just trying to counter strike Wonder Boy the whole time. He wasn't out there like actively like doing that because
Damn,
as
kinda
we
salty.
can see, he
Kinda
likes to just
salty.
stay and play.
Salty.
You know, we didn't even choose on that fight last week, so it don't even matter what.
Oh
I
yeah,
say.
I chose.
We
Jake
forgot
Wolves.
about that.
I chose
we
Jake
forgot
Wolves.
about that.
That's how much we cared. Is we forgot about
No,
that.
we
fucking
care.
fight.
We're gonna talk about it today because we have to. We
All right,
have
guys,
to.
say it right now. Balil, is he ready for a title shot? Yes
Gilbert
or no?
Burns. He fights Gilbert Burns. That's the fight to
Wow.
make.
Or Eves, and they got a eye poke match. What do you think?
Eves. What is
Eves Edwards
Yeah.
or
You mean
Leon.
Who's
That's
Eves
racist.
Edwards? Who's Eves Edwards?
He's an
Another
old
black
fighter.
dude that kind of
No.
looks like Leon.
Like Leon Edwards.
He kind of does.
But who did he fight last? Eve Edwards. I'm remembering
Dude,
so
he
much.
hasn't fought
Oh.
in the UFC in so
Bro,
long.
he's
you know,
been
you know-
retired, bro.
You know why I like him though? It's because he does good commentary.
He does.
And
he
where
is-
He should train
Combate?
with us.
No, he used to do it for UFC. I don't know why they took him off.
Eve's a good dude. I like
Guess he
training
doesn't
with
do
that
good
guy.
commentary.
You know, he asked me to move in with him.
I'm just
He asked
joking.
me
Yeah?
if he was looking for a roommate, and I was like, I can't.
And you
Because
know
I
what else?
moved in with Tiff.
You know what I else remember about him? He called his martial arts thug jitsu. So
That was
why-
tight.
That's
Thug
why.
Yeah,
Jiu-Jitsu,
aren't
bro.
him and Poirier are good friends, right? Him and Poirier.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did it in high school.
He's
It's
an
crazy.
OG, man. OG. But anyways, not
Anyways,
Eves Edwards. We're
does
talking
Bel-
about Leon.
Does Balil fight Leon or Eves Edwards? Which
Eves
one?
Edwards. He
Uh,
fights
Gilbert.
Jiu-Jitsu.
He fights
You think Gilbert
yeah.
Burns?
Well, the whole thing.
I
was
think he
saying, like,
should.
yeah, I think
That's a
he
good
was talking
fight.
about like how he should get the title shot. He's like, look what I just did to Wonder Boy. Look what I did to Damian Maya. It's like, bro, you did that to Damian Maya after 12 people have done that to Damian Maya already. And Wonder Boy Thompson, like, I did have hope for him, but obviously this fight shows that he's kind of, going around the bend now. He's getting a little older. Gilbert Burns was able to kind of just control him the whole time. And then, you did it, but you did it after everybody started doing it already. So it's not like he's like, he was a world champ. He's the did. I'm like, all right, yeah, you look good, but, these other guys did it too, way before you.
I'm sorry. does
Donald
he-
Cerrone,
Yeah.
Wonder Boy. They should fight at 170.
That'd be cool. Oh, hey.
Call it a fight. Call it a career after that.
I got one. Wonder Boy
Okay, go.
Thompson, CM Punk.
So he could fucking roundhouse his face into the.
Make the
over
comeback,
and
bro.
over. Man, does
No way.
Balil really deserve to fight Gilbert Burns? Shouldn't he fight someone else before?
I think
that?
it's-
like Neil Magny or Michael Chiesa or Sean Brady or something.
Oh, Michael Chiesa would be, or
Chiesa,
Sean
yeah.
Brady. Sean Brady and Balil. But then again, it's like, all right, let's give Balil a
Hamzat.
higher comp.
Hamzat and Balil figure it out.
Vicente Luque, too. He's right there.
Yeah, Vicente is good too.
Yeah, but Vincent gets like, come on, he gets something better than that.
That's actually a good matchup. That's a
Did
really
this-
good matchup because
What,
they're both
Hamzat
kind
and
of like.
Balil.
That's good too. Anything with Hamzat is fun.
Oh,
except
I thought I
Hamzat
was
and ATS.
tripping.
Yeah,
No,
that's
yeah. Hey, Vicente and Muhammad, right? Want to know why? I thought I knew this. November 12th, 2016, Vicente Luque knocked out Belal Muhammad in the first round.
Oh, do a rematch. Do a
Rematch.
rematch. You can sell that.
Nah, dude, they're not gonna do that.
Fine. Nick, let's
Vincente
make him
is-
fight Matt Serra. What do you want? Jesus.
Yeah, I like that. The terror. I think Vicente Luque is gonna be. He's on the short list for the Hamzat fight. I think that's more likely to happen. But I do think because Balil does need a natural step up in competition. Gilbert Burns just beat the Wonder Boy.
Yeah.
Gilbert doesn't have a fight, and I feel like he'd be down to fight that dude. So let's make that happen. But yeah, Luque is good with that. Like I'm cool with either of those. But I want to see Balil get a higher contender and see what he could do with it.
Yeah.
I like him. I just I don't know. You guys kind of hate Balil Muhammad, huh?
No, I like
Well,
him.
I don't hate him. It's just like I don't Like
He doesn't
I'm
make
not,
me
like, a
excited.
fan.
He doesn't
he
get
doesn't
me
excite
excited.
me. Like his fights are good, but it was like kind of boring, right? Like it was
One
like
question.
it was a good dominant fight. But yeah, go
Fun
ahead.
question. Go ahead.
One question.
I'll
One
answer the
question.
Juan.
During the press conference with Bilal Muhammad, did you guys look at his eyes?
Is he high?
No, like one eye just looks. I don't know if it's lazy. It just looks like a different color, like a different shape. It might be a lazy eye. But I was going to ask, like, do you think
sounds racist? What you're saying?
Yeah, you look kind of Chinese, bro. And I was going to figure out what's up. But do you think that was from the Leon Edwards fight? Like his eyes kind of all wonky a little bit.
I don't think so. I think it's always been that way, honestly.
It's always been like that.
I've kind of always noticed he has kind of like a wandering eye or lazy eye.
Wow.
But did you guys hear when he was fighting?
I've always noticed that. I always contemplated about his wandering eye. Yeah.
But the guys in the crowd, USA, USA, and then Paul Felder's like, he was born and raised in Chicago.
Yeah, I know. He's not from. He was born here. It's fucking idiots.
Fucking
he has the
stupid,
most
bro.
American accent too.
He's
a real American.
He says Muhammad. He doesn't even say Muhammad.
Muhammad.
Muhammad. My name is Belal Muhammad.
He's cool though.
Is that
I mean, I don't hate him. I don't dislike him. It's just he just hasn't really ever
Not
done
exciting
anything. Yeah, to make me be like, oh fucking Belil. I mean, he has had the worst nickname in UFC history, but it's like other than that, I mean, I like him. He's cool. I think he does really good at like the booth, the commentary team. So it'll be cool if he can win. He just hasn't done anything for me to be like, fuck, I'm so excited to watch Belil fight.
Like if I'm gonna like really get excited about a grappler, you have to move. I'll say it, Hamzat, right? There's a way he grapples. It's like almost striking. You're like, whoa, that's intense. Bilal, Belil is kind of like, I know what to do. Like I'm just that guy that fucks people up in class. Dude.
That's true.
He just
that's true.
toys with everyone.
He's like I'm that bully that will bully you.
And you know who else is a bully? Your guy's boy, Ricky Simone, looking like he had the biggest broad shoulders ever, and also knocking out a human being very easily. Third round.
Dude.
Yeah, I like this kid a lot. So let's just get into it right now. Who does he fight next? But think of it less of who's he supposed to fight, but like strategically as the UFC, if you were his promoter, how do we get him on the best path to probably fighting a top 5 in like 2 fights? Who's next that actually helps his career, not just get a good win? Alex, you have a great background, so you can go first.
Nick? I'm gonna say, I said me and Nick had talked about this before too, bro. He called him out, Sean O'Malley, dude. Ricky Simone's a hard fight because he's short and he's really strong. His pressure is insane. He's very powerful. Have him fight Sean O'Malley. I think that's, to me, in my eyes, if Sean O'Malley can go out there and do work on Ricky Simone, then I'll be like, all right, you know what? Sean O'Malley, he's fucking good.
Would you go this far that if O'Malley beat Ricky Simone, you would get a O'Malley podcast tattoo on you?
I know.
Okay.
I wouldn't even get a Tiger Belly tattoo, even though he can't even show up to that one, even though he's invited and you change your schedule around for him. You know what I'm saying?
Nick, your thoughts?
So since you took Sean O'Malley, and if I'm Sean Shelby or whatever, I'm saying, nope, I'm going to save Sean O'Malley because he's a huge potential star. And I would also save Ricky Simone and maybe throw him a guy like maybe even a Pedro or a Marlon Vera. I think it'd be a really fun fight. I think Chito, because that way it's like, okay, if Chito beats Ricky Simone, he just beat a fucking savage, and then vice versa, same deal. So I think that'll be good. Enter the top 10. What do you think, Alex?
I don't know if you saw this, but they announced Song Yadong versus Marlon Moraes today.
Yep.
Yeah, that's going to be on the
fights that make you act up.
Make me act up.
Oh shit, my bad. Yeah. No, because you said Marlon Moraes, so I thought you were like, oh, I thought you didn't see it.
Did I say Marlon Moraes? My bad.
You meant Marlon Vera. I think you said Marlon Vera.
I thought I said
Marlon Moraes.
Yeah.
Look,
But
guys,
anyway, it
there's a lot
doesn't
of Brazilian Marlins in this world, and we're gonna
Get
officially.
less.
Vera's not Brazilian. Get it
Oh, I'm
right.
sorry.
Why don't you pay
Latin.
What is he?
attention to Nick
Sorry,
when he's
I'm sorry.
talking
There's a
and read
lot
his
of
show notes?
Latin American Marlins in the world, and South Americans. Alex, who do you really think he should fight? Come on, give me something juicy.
No, I think he should fight Sean O'Malley.
You really think Sean O'Malley, a star right now, that guy?
Here's the thing, I think, my honest opinion, I think Ricky Simone has a way better chance of being champion because I feel like he has striking and he has a really good grappling. So yeah, I would feel like obviously they want to build up Sean O'Malley more because he's fucking pothead, fucking loud and can't show up and shit on time. But like Ricky Simone, like he actually has a chance to be champion. And if they really want to build up Sean O'Malley, I'm telling you, if he beats someone like Ricky Simone, I bet you anything he gets so much more respect than he does right now because Ricky Simone is good.
Damn, I'll say that Sean O'Malley beats Kyrie Irving 1-on-1. Anyways, let's get on to the next thing.
He's on my team. So
Really quick, not really quick. You know what? I love this so much. This guy seems like he went back in a time machine and he was back to his starching days. Cub Swanson, my friend.
Vintage Cub Swanson, too.
Like the Cub Swanson with the hands down, bouncing all over the place. WEC came back and he destroyed Elkins. Nick, I'll let you talk first because, I mean, that's your boy. You love that guy.
Yeah,
you picked against him, you piece of shit.
I did pick against him. But the reason why I picked against him was because Darren Elkins has just been on fire. But so is Cub Swanson. Cub Swanson, his knockout over Daniel Pineda was pretty crazy. But when it comes to, what's his name? Darren Elkins, he gets hit. He gets damaged early in the fight. But in my head, I was like, okay, well, he's probably going to try to tie up Cub Swanson and take him down and hold him down. And usually the momentum shifts because that's how the past fights have been for him. But Cub Swanson wasn't playing any of that shit. He knew exactly what he needed to do. He played that finish perfectly, and he just sniped him apart. Like he just sniped him. And dude, it was really cool to see. So I was excited. I was happy either way.
Alex, do we see Cub making a run right now? 135 now that he's dropped.
I don't think so. He's never done 135 yet. So 35. I don't know. I don't think so.
He's planning on it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just like we've seen Cub lose like a good amount, and there's been to me, honest. No, I'm a big fan. I mean, I chose.
What about Charles Oliveira, dude? He lost a lot too.
Ooh, logic, baby.
Also, Charles Oliveira's young. Cub's older now.
He's from Palm Springs.
I think he's 32. He just looks like he's 52. How old is he?
Just all MMA fighters.
Yeah,
he like 30 something.
I don't think he can make a run for the title. I don't know if he thinks he can either.
I don't think so. I think he just wants fun fights, right? Like for a guy like Cub Swanson, and like I think you put him in a category like a Donald Cerrone or something like that. But
no one wants.
They should just be. But no. But like Donald Cerrone, his biggest issue is he just said yes to too many fights. If he just picked his fights a little bit better, I feel like he probably wouldn't have had as many losses. But when it comes to Cub Swanson, I feel like there's a lot of fun fights for him. He called out Uriah Faber at 135, or he was like thinking about doing right with Uriah Faber at 135. That's a really fun fight. That's great. I'm in.
Hey, or Cody, come back up. Let's go. 135.
Cody and Cub.
Let's go.
That'd be pretty fire.
Hey, but Cub did look really good. That whole like switch dance, step in, and
flying
then right
hook.
Dude,
what was that?
That fucking hook, that hit him. Here's the thing with Elkins, bro. It's like Elkins gets punished, but he never really gets. I feel like you don't really ever see him get finished like that.
Just bleeds a lot.
Cub looked good. And Cub looked big. That's why I was kind of like, damn, he wants to cut to 35. Like, he looked big to me.
Yeah, but that face, though, his face ages like shit.
Yeah.
He looks old as fuck.
His face is going to be skin tight if he cuts to 135. It's going to be.
I hope he does.
It's like putting sucked in.
His face next to his wife, Kendra, it's very apparent.
Who's he married to? He had his kids there.
Yeah, it was cool.
Beautiful.
It was funny when he went over there and he was like this, and his little son was like,
yeah. Daughter was like, yeah. Like Kendra, I think she used to like host the WC Best of on like.
She did.
Was
I remember this chick.
like the Best of on like the UFC show or something like that. I forgot what it was.
I remember her. I remember this chick because I remember she looked familiar when she walked in the cage. So I was like, okay, cool. Cubs got a fucking lady and the kids. Good for him. That's why he got the W.
Shout out to the twins. They have powers like Wanda and Pietro. All right, guys. Do you guys want to do any other shout outs? I know Gamrot had that weird knee of what is it? Breaking a rib, but not breaking a rib. I don't really know what happened. All I know is I guess he
tapped out. He was injured in camp. He hurt his rib, and then as soon as he threw the knee, he already knew like, hey, it's it. Like
Yeah,
it
but-
probably broke right on impact.
I'd like to criticize the ref. That was weird. Like he already told the ref I'm out, and then the ref instead of like separating them, he just kept doing this, and homeboy started to choke him out. I was like, "Hey ref,
Yeah.
stop the fight. I get that, but like separate them first, and then do the hand thing." Alex, I need
fucked
you to
up.
take a ref class and to work for the UFC. Come on,
Bro, I
dude.
want to, but it's like $3K or some shit like that.
Okay.
We'll raise the money.
Why don't
for
we raise the money for
GoFundMe.
this?
Yeah.
Huh?
You want if you do it for we'll raise the money on here.
All right. Hey, if y'all want to donate, I'll go do that shit tomorrow if we got the money.
I'll go
Shit.
stop grabbing your chest, man. We get it. They're huge.
Alex, you would be a ref, boy.
All right, guys.
Dude, I'd
let's,
love it.
let's do another recap. Before we're going to talk. Yeah, I guess we'll just go to this one right now. Jake Paul and T Wood. You know what?
Let's talk about it. Let's break it down.
T Wood
Fake.
fell asleep.
All right,
You guys-
where
you
was
guys
everybody when you watched it?
You guys talk about the fight because actually then I ended up watching the pre-fight face-off with Ariel Helwani, and that shit made me laugh. And I was like, if I had
It was
watched this,
good.
it was funny.
They're
It
funny
was-
together. They're
funny.
magic, actually.
They should do a podcast.
You know what they
fuck-
should do? They should do the boxing version of White Man Can't Jump. That's what they should do.
Dude, they really should. And
Right?
Alex would never watch it. He would not. He wouldn't
I'd
be
watch
watch the
it.
theater. I know
Look,
you would.
I don't like Jake Paul either. Right?
You don't?
I'm
I
not-
think he's great.
But I'll say this. Part of me wants to believe that he's a good guy, and the other part of me feels like he's just doing this for just because he has to. Because it's way easier to get people to like you or to watch you
If they hate you.
if they hate you.
Duh, business 101.
You know what I mean? And he's doing a really good job of making people hate him. But there's a lot of conspiracy theories out there. A lot of people thinking the fight's
Yeah.
fake. What do you think? What's your take on
Alex,
this?
do you
Hey,
think it's
can I-
fake?
I
Alex,
just
who
want-
texted us and said it was fake.
Yeah, I want to get my credit because I texted y'all immediately, and now everybody's saying it's fake. I've been called that shit. So
That's-
here's the
That's not
story.
fake.
Ready?
That's not fake.
Hey, every fight you say is fake though with Jake Paul.
Yeah.
No, I didn't
You
think
said
the
that about
first
the
time
last
around-
one.
I didn't. No, I didn't.
You didn't say that?
No, I
You
didn't
said,
say
you said
it.
that Nate Robinson was.
You didn't say it was suspect when he just let him go after he got dropped?
Well, afterwards, but during the fight, after the fight, I didn't think it was like in time. I didn't think it was suspect.
All right.
Literally.
Also, we don't really care when you said it. You said it.
Okay.
Like, actually, on November 2nd, I did not say that. It changed my mind later.
All right, but here's the story, right? So I was here, I was watching it with Smance and my homie Bushta, right?
What do you
were
mean,
watching.
Smance? In home? At your
No,
together?
we watched it together. That's all you need to know.
Oh, what?
And
Oh, okay.
and so literally I was sitting there, and this was the first time in a while that there was a fight, and I was sitting there, heart rate was just 70 beats per minute,
Why?
just chilling.
Oh,
know, just-
resting. Got it.
Just chilling, bro. Like I didn't care. I didn't give a fuck about this fight at all. But I was like, let me watch it because I know we're gonna talk about it. And I can swear they can break their mic arms off of their desk and swear as well too. We're literally right when the knockout happened. My homie Bushta goes, "So Alex, what do you think about it?" I was like, "Did you guys not see him signaling with his hand right before he threw that right hand?" He's like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "This shit looks so fucking fake." He's like, do you think so?" I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, I noticed it right before he threw that hand. He, with his right hand, he shifted his right hand 2 times, went in for some weird ass jab, shifted it again, and then threw the most wound up fucking hook. And like Tyron all of a sudden swipes down and turns his head and gets smashed by it. I'm like, bro, how did that shit? I'm like, Tyron is a fucking, I don't know, Tyron ain't a striker, but bro, come on, that shit. And then like a lot of people after that were like doing slow-mos of like Tyron bracing for it and all this type of shit. I noticed in real time Jake Paul doing,
Oh my god.
and then he like, but it's like so tight and loaded and just like, it's like, how do you not see that? I feel like anybody would have seen it. And I'm a world-class striker. Let me put that out there.
Nick, you have small hands today. Go ahead.
I have small hands every day, so watch your fucking
just today.
mouth.
Today. I think
Hey,
it,
Nick's
Hey,
hands
watch
are
your
actually
fucking
bigger than
mouth,
mine,
bro.
so watch your fucking mouth, Gilbert.
today.
Yeah, dude. Tiff got bigger hands than me, though. I'll keep that
She
real.
got bigger hands than everyone. Come on.
She got bigger dick than me too. Anyway,
She's Salvadorian. Let's go.
She got a big old dick. Nah, but I'll play devil's advocate to the conspiracy theory. In my head, I think, okay, yeah, it could be very likely that they have a whole stage thing, right? Like they planned it out because Jake Paul needs to get a W to stay relevant and to stay successful. So it's in his best interest to be like, hey, I'll fucking pay you out to take a dive. But I'll say this. I think something like this happens because you get a guy like Jake Paul who's all in. He's a high achiever, whether we like him or not. The kid's a winner, bro. Like, this guy goes out and he fucking does what he needs to do. On top of having all the pressure of the promotion on his back. So he's used to succeeding in high pressure situations. He's training really fucking hard. He wants nothing more than to be a boxer. And then you get a guy like Tyron Woodley, who's on the downward spiral of his career, not really training that much, takes the fight on 2 weeks' notice, probably thinks in his head, he's like, man, there's no fucking way this dude is going to hit me and knock me out. No fucking way. He takes it lightly, misreads something, and gets caught. I feel like that's quite likely too.
Bro, I just watched it right now. I mean, I see what you're saying, Alex, but dude, that shit was just homeboy not putting his hand up. Because he reacted like he was trying to and then gets knocked out.
His hands were here. He was looking for the body shot. He goes, bang. But in slow motion, it does look really bad. But
yeah, because in slow motion,
everything in slow motion looks
he puts
bad.
his hand down, so you think he would be like, going like this, but he puts his hand down and goes,
bro. If you watch every slow motion punch, people see that shit coming and they get hit.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is, bro, Jake Paul hit Tyron with some bombs in that first fight. And then all of a sudden,
you think so?
No.
Yeah,
What?
and then in
What are
this
you
fight,
saying?
all of a sudden, and then
I don't think he even.
Tyron wasn't even knocked out because when he was laying there and he's on the floor, like when people's stomachs go when you're knocked out, bro. He was sitting there just like, all right, and then the ref's like, all right, cool, all right, it's been 10 seconds, start getting up slow. He's like, all right, bet, and then got up all slow.
And Tyron's like, I'm a car got no roof. I'm driving my car with no roof.
And then
That's the signal. That's the signal.
Yeah, Jake's like this. I got my car no roof. Got my car no roof.
And he goes, got it.
Bro, but I don't know. I seen that. I saw the hand shit, and I remember in real time thinking like, the fuck is he doing with his hand, his right hand?
It's a universal sign to say, hey, take the dive.
Exactly. Low key though, right? Like they could have been like, hey, around like round 6, like let's let it go out a little bit. Around round 6, I'll signal you with my hand and let me just fucking clock you. He's like, I'll give you a fucking $500,000 watch. And then I'll pay you and I'll give you an extra fucking $3 million if you let me knock you out.
Bro, I don't know.
I would take that shit. I'd let Jake Paul knock me out for $1 million.
He beats Jake, then Tyron can still make more money doing other weird celebrity shit.
I don't know, but like honestly, if he beats Jake, here's the fucked up part about it all. I feel like if Tyron Woodley beat Jake, we'd all just be like, all right, like he's supposed to. Like it wouldn't be that hype. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like at that point, it's like, bro, like no one's gonna give a fuck if he wins. So they're probably just like,
celebrate.
Bro. Yeah,
we'd celebrate Tyron Woodley for like 2 weeks.
Not
be
even,
like,
not
all
even
right.
though. Like, what's crazy? It's like, damn it, Tyron Woodley was the UFC welterweight champion. How fucking crazy is that?
Let me ask you guys, do you guys, because I don't think so, but do you guys think this destroys his legacy? Because that's all I'm seeing. And like Dylan, I'm gonna call Dylan out because Dylan at Super Rare said that it ruined his legacy. I'm like, bro, it doesn't.
Kinda.
But it's a whole different sport.
I wouldn't say
For
like
sure.
his MMA legacy, but like it's just like
That's
his
what I said,
perception,
Gilbert,
her
actually.
perception legacy. Like it's just like it's more like why'd you do that? It's like when BJ Penn keeps fighting, it doesn't ruin what he's done and his legacy of an MMA fighter, but it's like it doesn't sit well like a George St. Pierre going out on top or Habib.
Yeah,
It's
but
just that
for
kind of
me, it's like
legacy.
we know that Tyron's 40. We know that he's retired already from MMA. We know that he didn't do the best towards the end of his career. So like him losing some boxing fights, I mean, it's like, all right. Like that I just feel like if you put everything in perspective, like what Nick was even saying, right? He's not a striker. He was never a striker. He was always a counter puncher. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like we had so super high, expectations for Tyron. We just all thought we could win. I mean, Nick hated him. Remember Nick said that, Gilbert? Nick was like, I hate Tyron. But
Actually,
like,
you did say that on the tech. You did say that. I know it's private. We're not supposed to do that. You did say that.
I know.
But
I'm pulling a Dominic Cruz right now, bro. So it's love. That shit annoying.
Hey, I'm calling you out right now. It's love.
There's a funny story. I got invited to Eves Edwards' birthday party one time. It was at a bowling alley in Highland Park, and he was like, "Hey,
that
come bowling."
that old school one.
Yeah, and I couldn't make
I want to
it.
go.
And
Hey,
guess
my
who was
first
there?
date. My first date with Cindy. Continue.
Lame. Guess who was there? Tyrone Woodley.
Tyrone or
There-
Tyron?
Tyrone. They call him both. I've heard people call him both. But
He's
Tyrone.
like, I call him T, but all right.
I like Tyrone Woodley, bro. I like him.
Yeah.
I'm a fan, especially after seeing him talk some shit with what's his name. No. I'm just saying. I hate him. I hate his fucking guts, especially after he lost. But out of all the UFC like welterweight champions, this might be a hot take, but Tyron Woodley's like his resume as far as the guys he beat as champ. Like, out of all of them, out of Usman,
What are you trying to say? Like, not that good?
Oh,
Is that what
dude,
you're saying?
yeah. Usman's resume I feel
compared
like
to
is so
Usman,
much
compared
better,
to GSP, I feel like Tyron Woodley at a very stacked welterweight division, he kind of got like right before it resurged, right before there was a gang of contenders. It was kind of like on its downslope. Because remember that Damian Maia fight was one of the most upsetting fights you could ever watch.
So dumb.
Was it more upsetting than Damian Maia and Anderson Silva though?
No.
That was
To me, no.
Yeah.
Because
Anderson
when
Silva,
I watched
you were like, yeah.
I hold Tyron Woodley at a very high, like when he was champ and the way he knocked out Darren Till, I was like, no one's beating this dude. I was like, no one, he's smashing everybody. And if he pulled the trigger enough, I feel like he would have finished Damian Maia. He would have finished him in like the first 2 rounds because that fight shouldn't have lasted longer than 2 rounds.
Yeah.
I
wonder what Woodley's mentality was when he fought Till. Because it's like, bro, if you just have that, you win a lot of your fights.
This might be a hot take, but I feel like all the fights that he's won in devastating fashion, it just kind of happened.
PEDs,
like it just kind of was like, that's just how the fight went down. And when he wins or he scores big early, he usually wins.
Yeah.
But if it's the other way around, it's kind of hard for him to dig himself out of a hole.
That is true, though, when you think about what Nick said about the division. Like, at the time he won, right, Robbie Lawler was champion, but really only had Robbie Lawler, Carlos Condit, and what's his fucking name?
Dong Hyun Kim?
No,
Kevin Gastelum?
The guy from Canada.
Carlos Condit, Josh Koscheck?
No, the guy
Rory.
from Canada. Rory McDonald.
Roy McDonald, Jake
Those
Shields.
are like the guys, right? And it was like 3. Like, compared to now, you got Colby, you got Usman, you got Burns, you got Vicente Luque, you got Chiesa.
Remember the name?
Bro, you got you. No, I don't remember his name, so that's why I didn't say it. You have you have so much people there. So I do agree. Like at the time that he became champ and the people that he beat, it was kind of just like, all right. But do you look at Usman? Usman's basically clean out the whole division. He's beat every single person except for the person I forget his name. What's his name? I'm supposed to remember it.
Oh, Belio? What?
Yeah.
So stupid. He got me.
And,
but this is no disrespect to Tyron Woodley. We just have to say all this because he got knocked out by Jake Paul. We have to backtrack on all of his accomplishments, and we have to second guess his reign as champ. That's the only way we could do this. We can, as the MMA community, can move forward from this.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only way. We have to kind of throw Tyron under the bus, unfortunately.
All I'm gonna say is that shit was fake. But hey, shout out to Tyron Woodley. If I got offered a fuck ton of money, if it wasn't, kudos to Jake Paul. But if I got offered a fuck ton of money, already to take the fight, and then if they say they came around and be like, yo, let me knock you out for another fucking million.
Oh God.
I'll be like, bro, I will shit myself on purpose after you knock me out and stay stuck like this in a weird position for $1 million. You joking me? I would take that in a heartbeat.
You're gonna pay me? I almost sucked Mark Hunt's dick for free, bro. You know what I mean?
I know.
I almost did that shit for free. Huh?
All right. That's a lot of weird fantasies. Darren Williams, Frank Gore. If you like pushing in boxing, you'll love this fight. It was a lot of guys falling and pushing. Stupid. Next thing, morning news. We have your morning news.
Can we talk about Deron Williams? Is it Deron or Darren?
I've always called him Darren Williams because it was him and Chris Paul that were the top point guard picks.
Darren Williams was like my favorite point guard for a really long time.
On the Utah Jazz with him and Carlos Boozer?
Yeah, dude. I followed his career a really long time. I loved him, man. And it was cool to see him fight.
Okay,
No?
Nick.
You guys want to chat about Darren Williams?
No,
All right.
we're good. He said it's a one
Okay.
and done. If he had a career after, I would continue to watch. But
I
he's one
literally
and done.
didn't. I didn't watch it, so I don't fucking
Nick,
know.
it was a lot of pushing, man. Come on, what are we doing here?
I liked it, dude.
Oh, gross. Not a real fighter. I don't believe in you anymore.
We
got
he
here
looking
morning
back
news.
at it right now too. He looking back at it.
Hey.
Dana
Should've-
White, guys. Dana White interested in Nate Diaz versus Dustin Poirier next. Ooh, do you
That's a
guys
good fight.
like this match up?
Okay, you know what? Okay, this might be a better one. Michael
Also,
Chandler.
I'm sorry.
Nate
Clear all your
Diaz.
downloads, man. Everyone's really bothered by it. Clear the downloads in the bottom. Like seriously. God.
Why do you always have to point that shit out? No one probably would have noticed.
Also, maybe open with 7,000 out of the 7,600 emails you have. Okay.
No.
Guys, we'll start with you, Nick. You like that one, right? Do you like that for Dustin coming off a loss?
Yeah, I think that's the only fight that makes that's a really good fight.
So you think
for
Dustin only does
Dustin
money
to
fights
make
now? You don't think he can keep up with the Joneses?
sense. I think he can, but I think a fight like this is like, hey, this dude was talking mad shit about you when you lost, right? He was talking some fucking shit. He is a big draw pay-per-view wise. He's probably the next big pay-per-view draw besides Connor in that
Yeah,
weight class,
sure,
or,
yeah.
right? Relative. So it's like, why not? And they're both style-wise for both guys. It's a favorable fight as far as for the fans. Everybody wins watching this shit. So I think that's a good fight. You wouldn't want to watch it?
Oh, I'm watching that with you, dude.
All
I'm
right,
watching
let's
that
do
with
it.
you, and I'm making you a steak. Alex, what do you think?
I like it. Here's the thing though. If you're
Uh-oh.
a Nate Diaz fan, you don't want to see that fight.
Nope.
I like Nate Diaz, so that's why I don't want to see that fight. I want to see it, but I don't because dude, Dustin Poirier is about to hurt Nate Diaz, and they're supposed to do that 170, dude. Justin Poirier is big, bro. Like you've seen in his last couple lightweight fights, he's a big dude. He could probably go up to 170, and you know that honestly, him going up to 170, kind of like I get excited about it. I'm like, oh, I think he could do good at 170. I think he'll be another. Give him some, you know, like give him like 10, number 10, and like number 8 first, so he can kind of still kind of grow into that weight class. But dude, Dustin might do really good at 170. You never fucking know, bro. There's some really good matchups for him. But
So you don't
I
like
do
the Diaz Poirier thing? Okay.
no, I do like it, but because I'm a Diaz fan, I don't want to see it. But because I'm a Poirier fan, I do want to see it. But man, I just think that is not a good matchup for Nate. I was just talking about this with Dylan and them at Super Rare. It's just like the issue with the Diaz bros is that they wait too long to fight and they get older and older and older. When Nate Diaz fought Michael Johnson, if you haven't watched that fight, go watch that. Nate Diaz looked like he
great.
could maybe be a fucking champion. I was like, holy shit,
But was that also Michael Johnson?
But Michael Johnson was good at that time, bro. He had knocked out Poirier, right? If I'm not mistaken, he was winning fights. So
Totally forgot that. Wow.
and I was just like, when he fought that fight, and then that's when he fought Connor next, and then beat Connor. But then he started taking these I'm gonna take 2 years off before I fight again. I'm gonna take another year and a half off. It's just like, bro, in this type of sport and in those weight classes that he's in, you can't do that. And I just think he's waiting too long. And maybe if he would have fought Poirier when they were supposed to fight, this was like 3 years ago, maybe it would have been fine. But nowadays, bro, Dustin's about to put a beating on him.
Damn. Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to that. I think unanimously we all would want to see that. Let's move on to continuing with the Diaz, with Nate Diaz. There was this video that popped up.
Oh.
Alex, you want to pull up the viral video?
Yeah,
Of him at I believe the Woodley Paul 2 fight. As he was being escorted by security, which I don't know why he was being escorted. Maybe they were just following him around at all events just to make sure nothing goes crazy. He flinched at this guy, an innocent bystander, who was holding a beer, and he threw the beer all over this place.
He had a keg of
And-
beer in his fucking cup, dude.
He had so much beer. It looked like it was a
That's why it's
magic.
so-
It looked like a magic trick, like the thing where the
That's
water
why
it
it's
just
so-
keeps coming out of the cup.
It's shin limb, dude.
It was shin
It's
limb.
fucking shin limb.
But this guy, a lot of people, oh man, why would Nate Diaz such a dick? Why would he do that to this innocent bystander? Apparently, this man was talking shit to him, and guess what? This man was also a fighter. His name is Caress Archer. known as One Punch.
You guys ready?
I believe he's an MMA veteran. He also does bare knuckle boxing.
I think he's mostly a boxer.
He trains over at Body Shop. So the guys from Super Rare know this guy because supposedly he trains.
Have they said
over
anything
at
about him
Body Shop
before?
with Antonia. Yeah, they were telling me about him a little bit.
Did they say he's a
Okay.
trip? Because that's
guess
what word on the street is.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the word on the street? But I'm
He's
not
a
from
little-
the street.
He's a trip. Like he's just kind of once you watch his response to the video, you're like, I see.
Show the shin. Look at that. Also, how do you have that much beer? That's insane.
I
They
can't
don't
believe
even sell
give you
that.
that much.
They don't even sell that much beer. Look at that. Look at this. Look at the beer.
God damn it. See,
Bro.
I think it would have been this is how this guy should have handled it. Yo, you got me, but I'm gonna fuck your ass up. Like, let's fight. Like that would have been way better.
Or it's been like,
Because-
bitch, you made me spill my beer. Let's go. Like something like that.
That shit is really funny.
That's
It's unanimously funny. Like,
Yeah, hey,
it's
bro, this guy
hilarious.
was all talking about how
whoa.
Dana White game. I
Pause.
don't want to speak too bad just because like I know people that know him and shit, but like
Say it.
he was 2-6 and he's all talking about he's about to knock out Nate Diaz in the first round, give him one fight. Be like,
Hey,
Mm.
he's doing what he got to do though. He's taking the opportunity. And
That's
running
what
with
this
it.
sport is now, man.
He's
Yeah,
Jake
what you gotta
Paul in it,
do.
yo.
I did look at his Instagram. He has 1,000 followers. I mean, this might help him out a little
1600. Okay. 1600.
bit. So we both would look at his Instagram.
Put the
All right,
extra
guys.
600 on his name.
So
all right?
everyone watching right now, follow him, and then the next day unfollow him. So he gets excited, and then like his
That's
beer
what-
spills, we spill as well.
Why you guys gotta be mean to this dude, bro? Why you guys kicking the man while he's down?
Because
He
you
just
can't
got
have
punked.
that. You can't have that much beer and spill it. That's ridiculous.
he was like drinking out of this, like, oh yeah,
Bro, dude, what sucks, dude?
This is a
sometimes
bucket
when you-
full of beer.
sometimes when you like shake and like you spill but there's still like half. Even if you drop your whole cup, you'll pick it up. There's still like half or a
Half of
little
it,
bit.
yeah.
Literally all of it was completely out of the cup. There's literally none left in the cup.
Dude,
You know,
and
like the
it's
whole,
funny
like-
because when I first watched the video, I thought it was like completely random, right? But when you're replaying it, you see him kind of talk to him already. Like Nate Diaz is like kind of
Listening, yeah.
doing something, and then he flinches at him. It's just so ridiculous. It's the perfect video.
I will
Also, if
say-
you're gonna talk shit to someone and like don't have that much liquid, so when you flinch, it doesn't look as obvious because that like exaggerated the flinch so much.
I will say this, dude. Nate looked big, right? Or am I
That's what I'm
tripping?
saying. I think
Yeah, he
he's
looked
bigger
like a
than
big
Dustin at
dude.
170. Let's
He
go.
probably is. But the timing, let's talk about the timing of the video being taken. Like that's very good.
Hey, they're
It's
trying to
very good timing.
they're trying to promote Nate because that Connor fight's coming up.
They'll do that. They're gonna do that trilogy. Come on, that's a good fight.
It's gonna be Ferguson and Connor. Watch, that's next.
All right, let's get through some more of these stories. Anderson Silva to fight Jake Paul next? Question mark. I say don't do it, Anderson. Don't do it, and that's all I'm gonna say. Nick, you're biting your lip like you're about to fuck Mark Hunt.
Look, I don't want Anderson Silva going out the way Tyron Woodley did, but I don't think he would. I feel like, and
You don't-
look, Jake Paul he's gotten a lot better. He's really good. Like, I won't say really good. He's pretty good, but I
He's the
still feel
best.
like an amateur boxer or someone who boxes for a living with the same,
Size.
skill set, maybe same size, same skills, and same time of training. I feel like would give Jake Paul a really hard fight. But what Jake Paul, I think, really thrives at, and what Tyron Woodley doesn't thrive at, is being able to fight under pressure. Like, say what you will about Jake Paul, he shows up and he performs. He's not supposed to be doing this well against the guys.
And with all
he's
the extra
fighting.
antics he does, that could be a distraction. He still does it.
He shows up and he gets it done, man. So you got to give him credit. Do I feel like if you were to fight Anderson, he'd win? No, I think Anderson, even on his worst day, would beat Jake Paul.
God
But
damn.
that's just the level.
I say maybe, dude.
That's just the level of Anderson. Like, as far as boxing, like striking wise, like he's a boxer. Tyron Woodley talks like he's a boxer, but clearly he's not.
Yeah,
It's
don't
really-
forget. But Anderson Silva just
Yeah.
beat Julio Cesar Chavez,
Junior.
bro.
But also, that guy's like, on the downhill.
Nah, don't even do that, bro.
But he's
I'm
an
just trying to
actual
protect
boxer.
Anderson just in case for that one bomb.
No,
then
because-
then everything goes to shit.
Because
if
here's the
Anderson
thing,
falls down. Come on,
Julio
dude.
Cesar Chavez Jr. beats up Jake Paul. Once Jake Paul fights like an actual like for real boxer, we'll see what's actually supposed to be happening.
Yes, Nick.
And one thing I'll say about fighting a guy like Tyron Woodley, I feel like a guy who just stands and sits in the pocket like the way he does and just kind of stands in front of you and is very inactive is a lot easier of a matchup. But how is he going to do when he's got a guy like Anderson Silva that can counterpunch, who could initiate a lot of combinations, and he could do it all. He's got great head movement. He's got really good awareness, great footwork. And I feel like, Tyron Woodley can't necessarily hold a candle to any of Anderson Silva's skills.
Oof, candles.
So
Yeah, because
I don't know.
same thing. I think Anderson Silva boxes Tyron. Anderson Silva beats the shit out of Tyron.
I still
you know
piece
what I'm
of
saying?
shit for sure.
But that's the thing is Silva's big. Silva was the 85 champ, so it's he's gonna be another big dude, and he's tall and he's long. So I hope that fight happens because I did see someone say like I want to see that fight, but I don't because
that's how I
just in
feel.
case, Jake
Yeah.
Paul knocks him
That's
out.
how I feel too.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
'Cause
want
he
to
could.
knock out the goat.
yeah, but I
I don't wanna
agree with
knock out the-
I,
He does
I,
this
I
thing
agree
before.
with I know. I agree with Nick. I think Anderson. I would like to see that fight. I don't think it happens because I think Jake Paul knows, like, oh, that's a fight that I'm probably not going to win unless they pay Anderson a money. But I think Anderson got money.
Bro, he got
So I don't
Burger
think
King money. Come
I
on.
don't think he's worried about it.
He's good.
He's doing this for fun. That's what he's
Of
doing.
course. It's all for fun, for competition. Yeah. Guys, Claudia Gadelia, I always say her name wrong. Gadelia, retires. And I'd like to just say one of the reasons why she said she was retiring is because she was feeling a lot of pain from concussions. And guess what? Her as a fighter, good job for retiring. This is a smart person that knows what's going on with her body, and she retires. Also, I think what a cool way also to retire. Like, she had a lot of stuff already planned. She went back to school, it's like a nutrition program, trying to get a degree. She also is now working with the UFC, and she's helping fighters from Brazil transition over to America. Like, if you're going to retire, this is the way to do it. Know that you need to, and then have a future afterwards. So shout out to her. She's great. So yeah, I just asked you guys any moments from her career that you enjoyed, whether it was a fight or a press conference or just a storyline. I think we all loved the Joanna Claudia Ultimate Fighter. That whole thing was fun.
I like when they were in the ring, they was like this close to each other, and they're like, say it then. Say it. And I was kind of like, why am I feeling so weird right now? I don't know why my body acting different right now. I don't know what's going on.
Like, Liv God is the best.
No, but I like Claudia, but all I can remember right now recently is how she got that win over Angela Hill, but it was like robbed, Angela Hill
The
won
split.
that fight.
He's still holding that.
But
And
that's
it
the
happened
thing.
to her again.
Yeah, I
happened to
know.
Angela
Yeah,
Hill
we forgot
again,
to talk
dude.
about that, but Hill got robbed.
Robbery again. But one of my favorite moments is when she was on The Ultimate Fighter. I really enjoyed her.
Her
being a
personality,
coach.
yeah, came out.
I was like, she's really cool. I like her. I've been a fan ever since.
You know what's crazy? I thought of always of Claudia as like, oh, she's like a top 3 fighter. And I was like, let me look at her resume. And I realized she came from Invicta, won one UFC fight, then fought Joanna, lost a split, then fought another fight, and then automatically went into the Ultimate Fighter. I was fighting for a championship. Like, I didn't realize she didn't have a lot of UFC cred before that.
Yeah,
It's weird.
that was during the time when
So confusing.
the division was kind of weak. That's because I think they did the Ultimate Fighter, and that's how they got
Rose
the
and
division. Yeah, that's how the division started. So that I think they needed fighters, and Claudia at the time was like, she was the girl. Like, she was the girl beating the shit out of everybody, and who could give Joanna a good test.
Yeah, but like,
And she did. She
and
did.
She was not in the UFC. That's I thought she was in the UFC longer. I didn't realize how it was a quick rise.
But you know what's crazy is like that's how the sport changed. Like that's how crazy it was. Like there used to just not be anybody in the women's division, even more so than now. So
Like
it is
the
pretty interesting to see how
45.
that grows. Oof.
And then shout out to her body. Alex's favorite type of female body is Claudia. That's the ideal
Same.
one, guys. So, ladies,
I
if you're
agree.
listening, get those 8-packs. Let's go.
Be Claudia.
Our final piece of news. This is a fun one. Jorge Masvidal, Game Bread, gets pushed
Game
by a
Bread.
17-year-old TikToker. This is interesting. This is kind of like that, the trolls on the internet, like even like in social media or whatever, talk all this shit, but then sometimes it seeps into the real world because they feel like they got that that ego where they can just do whatever they want. I wish this video would have ended with him getting socked in the face,
Yeah.
You
but unfortunately it did not.
Masvidal tried to fight me.
The voice, yeah.
Like, dude, already the TikTok voiceover, bro. That's like. All content, man. It's annoying.
No, thank you.
I
No,
hate
thank
when
you.
yeah. I hate how the kid's like, I'm 17. I'm 17. It's like, bro.
They don't touch another don't touch someone. What are you doing?
It's like,
You should have
don't
beat the shit out of him. That should be allowed, I think.
Yeah, don't do that and then be like, I'm 17. I'm 17. I'm 17. Like, what the fuck, bro?
So I followed up with the story a little bit, and he came up with his own, another TikTok, and he's talking about how I never pushed him. All I said to him was that
Do we know
Jake
what
Paul
actually
would knock
happened?
you out. I don't know. He says, Jake Paul's gonna knock you out, and then I guess Jorge Masvidal didn't like that, so his managers grabbed his phone and deleted the video of him talking shit. Like, so it's just like it's all nonsense. Who knows? TikTok should be eliminated from this earth, I think.
Whoa.
Okay. Follow me on TikTok at Nick the Ear.
Do you have a TikTok?
Follow me. I think I do. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if you put content on there.
I'm going to, I think. I don't know. I think I have to.
Do you? Or do
work,
you just do
yeah.
it what Alex does? Put it on IG store. Is that what it's called? IG
Reels.
store. Reels. IG
Might as well do
Reels.
both. You know what I mean? Might as well do both.
Or they can just
Super
stop
does
making
with
these
the ones I
platforms.
make for them.
Or they can
Yeah.
just stop making these platforms.
Yeah, no
All
more
right,
TikTok,
guys.
dude.
Fights that make you want to act up. We got Rose and Carlos Esparza finally, after the Ultimate Fighter all these years, is 100% next. Said by Dana White. We also got Song Yong Dong versus Marlon Moraes. Yum yum.
Yep.
And a potential fight. We have Johnny Walker versus our boy Jamahal Hill.
Jamahal.
Jamahal. We gotta get him on the podcast.
Jamahal
Hill. Alex, we'll start with you. What fight makes you act up?
Out of all three of those, probably Johnny Walker, Jamahal Hill. Just because, like, that's
Are you a
good
fan of Johnny
fight.
Walker? I thought you didn't like him.
No, I'm not like not a fan, but I'm like he's just a fighter to me.
Yeah, he's not a fan. I remember you
Um,
hating this dude.
But Jamahal Hill, I think it's because that's a good fight. It's a good striking fight. I do think Jamahal wins, but like Song Yadong and Marlon Moraes, it's just like Marlon's gonna get knocked out. Like that, we already know what the fuck's gonna happen with that. And then
Is he?
I love Rose and Carla. That fight's cool. It just doesn't
Not
get me
exciting.
like super excited. You know,
Not
but
exciting, yeah.
That's why Johnny Walker, Jamahal Hill makes me act. Ugh.
I'll tell you exactly how the Song Yadong fight's gonna go.
Wait, Nick, what fight makes you act up?
Oh, I'll say Jamahal Hill. Jamahal.
Cool, man. Really
Jamahal.
play into
But
this.
I'll tell you how Song Yadong's fight goes. So Marlon Moraes starts off heavy, cracks Song, right? Rocks him a little bit, and then immediately Marlon Moraes slows down. Immediately. And then Song Yadong uses Chinese power and he fucking KOs him. That's what's gonna happen. Right hook. Bang, overhand. That's what's gonna happen.
I am gonna say the fight that makes me act up is Song Yong-dong versus Marlon Moraes. Rose and Carlos Esparza, like Alex said, it's like cool, but it's like not that. I don't know. There's nothing exciting about it. I think mostly because it's Carlos Esparza, and like she has the potential to win that fight. So that's why I'm just like, yeah, she probably can win that fight easily. Honestly,
I think it's a good fight.
Is it a good fight, or is it just a dominant fight if Carla, executes her game plan?
I think it's gonna be a very scrambly fight, and I think it's gonna be. I think
Dude,
Rose, when
Come
she
on.
fought
Be
her the
professional.
first time.
Turn off the sirens, Nick.
Sorry.
He's like, she's gonna
when-
leave in these sirens.
when Rose fought her the first time, her game wasn't as developed as it is now, I think. So I think she's only getting better. I think she has a ground game that's going to be able to. We saw it against Zhang. We saw the ground game that's going to be able to
eliminate.
fight off her back and then also be on top. So I feel like we're going to see some fun scrambles in that fight. I think it's going to be a lot better than you expect, boys. So,
Whoa, Nick is trying to say
yeah.
we better act up because
Yeah.
those fights make me act up. All right, guys, that is our show for today. Alice, we'll start with you. Do you have any messages for the MMA world or for the chicken wing linglers?
Just stay up. We got 4 weeks off of fights. Just stay up, have fun. Have a Merry Christmas. Make sure you go buy something from Manscaped with 20% off using the code We Out Here.
Out Here.
you already know.
Nick got his shampoo and his body wash today and his
Nice.
chapstick.
No, you got me the second drop because I was already using it. So
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Stupid, Al. You got
re-up, dude. Re-up.
just have fun, have a Merry Christmas, and have a holly jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year.
Hey, we're gonna get flagged for copyright. Come on,
I
Nick.
sing it different.
Always to everybody that watches, I appreciate you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys commenting. I appreciate you guys liking the video. And what I will say is next week, we're going to do a end of the year We Out Here MMA special because it's going to be the last week before the New Year's. So in the comments below, just throw out some categories of best of 2021 MMA edition that you guys want to see us cover. Just a couple ideas, and maybe we'll throw that in the show in the next week. But yeah, whatever categories you guys have, make it fun. Make it fun. Make it very fun.
And Alex,
'Cause it ain't
don't we have
no
a giveaway for this Christmas, Alex? What are we giving away?
We giving away that Manscaped
Ooh.
fucking lawnmower 4.0, baby.
You heard it here,
Let's
guys.
go.
We are giving away, and this is all pre-planned, a Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0. And the way you win this thing is through a subscription-based thing called YouTube. Subscribe here. So you have to subscribe,
Subscription-based.
like the video, and leave a comment down below. And Alex, what is that comment they have to leave? What question do they have to answer?
They have to answer this question. All right.
And it's got to be something that entertains us. Keep it like question, like that. What's the
That entertains us.
like? We get to like laugh. That's like funniest joke or something
All
like
right.
that.
When you go get your coffee from anywhere you get your coffee, do you get a venti just because you think you can drink all that coffee? Or do you get a grande because you're realistic and be like, okay, I only need this much?
And you have to answer in one of those ways. And you have to type exactly what he said to be registered in the giveaway.
Yes.
Guys, next week we will announce
Good
that
luck,
winner.
guys. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck. Make sure you watch the end of this video. Good luck, and we'll pick the winner at the beginning of the episode next week. Hit that music. Balil, I remember your name, and I respect you,
Me too.
brother.
Me too, bro.
Alex doesn't.
I do respect him. He's just not my favorite fighter.
But
You don't
remember
respect his
him.
name?
I like him. I really do. I think he's a good guy. I think he's a good guy for the sport. But, you
Pick the
gotta-
music.
We out here.
MMA,
Not
podcast,
but
but show.
Yeah, we talking things that you probably didn't know when we take it